Hello, welcome to Fishing Squad. I hope everybody's safe and well and getting plenty of fishing done. Today we're going to be doing a bit of prep, just a few mackerel and squid wraps, ready for a trip we've got planned in the middle of the month. We're in North Wales for last go at Taupe, stroke, species. And on the way back we're going to be fishing the Mersey, targeting rays, codling, whatever else, plus a bite, bending the rod really. So I'm just going to do a bit of prep. It'll save me some time when we're actually fishing, and we'll just see how it goes. I managed to get some mackerel today from the local cash and carry in the pet section, believe it or not. The packs are like designed obviously as dog food, sold as dog food basically. Yeah, 6 to 8 mackerel in a pack for about $3.99, so it's pretty good value, decent quality. I've caught fish on them before. Obviously, being in land for myself, it can be quite difficult to get hold of bait, and sometimes bait can be quite expensive. So I'm always looking for ways to save a bit of money here and there, and this is one of them. So I thought I'll do a video because we've got a new intro on the video now, as you've noticed. People can put their thoughts on that if they like it or don't like it, whatever. I've just decided to do this video the first video with that intro on. It looks a bit. I think the quality of the video should be better going forward, as I've got a new device to film on now, and I just thought the old intro let it down because it was a bit blurry and I couldn't clear it up, unfortunately. So we'll get this video out there. We'll just do a few mackerel and squid wraps. I'll just talk about a few other bits we're doing. We're doing a bit of chum as well, I think, today. So we'll get that in, and yeah, hope you enjoy it. Sit back. Hope you enjoy the video, and hopefully this bit of prep, as it always does usually, will pay dividends. Right, so before we start with these mackerel and squid wraps, we're going to obviously need some bait elastic, a baiting needle of some description. This is an homemade one that I've made just out of an old grip lead wire. I like to fold the end over just so you've got something to grab against. Just makes it better when you're wrapping up, stops it spinning. And obviously we're going to need a knife. I like to use a knife with a serrated edge, because this bait's going to be semi-frozen, so you want something that's going to cut through it with a bit of abrasion, if you like. If you use a smooth edge knife on frozen bait, it's going to slip, you could cut yourself. Also, we'll be using some scissors. There. Right, one of them packs of mackerel, actually got 9 mackerel, and they're all pretty decent in terms of size. 9. $3.99 for 9 mackerel, that's an absolute bargain. So we've got 9 mackerel here to go at, and a box of squid. So we'll get it prepped and see how we go on. So I've got a chopping board, some newspaper down, soak bunny, muck. Comes off at mackerel and juice, etc. Something going everywhere. It's not really an ideal job to do inside, but hey ho, it's winter, isn't it? Well, it's almost winter anyway. Alright, mackerel number 1. I'm going to head and tail him. What I was saying about having a abrasive knife, a serrated knife, it cuts through frozen. It does tear a bit of the flesh, but it just makes it easier to cut. Don't waste the heads. They can't go in a chum, or they can be put in a separate bag for bait, for other species. Tail it. If you've got a choice, you can have a fillet in. I'll leave the backbone in. I personally probably I'll leave the backbone in, I think. So we'll do a bit of variation. With this one, we'll leave the backbone in. So we're going to cut down the fish. As you can see, it's quite awkward. So we'll end up with something like that then. It's like the bottom of the fish to the top. So cut these in half again. So we end up with like 4 sections of mackerel basically. Thinking that section's about as big as we want to go. Thinking that one might be a little bit too big. So what we'll do is we'll cut that in half. So we end up with like that. You've got to think on, we'll be wrapping squid around these as well. So if it does look a bit small, we'll put a bit extra squid around it. So we've ended up with 5 baits out of that one fish. So what we'll do is with that, so what we'll do is we'll get one of these bags, we'll put the mackerel heads in there. So I think we'll either use them for chum or we'll use them for bait if you like, whatever. So let's speed this up. So I'll do another one. That's what we've got so far. First mackerel, we've got about 5 baits out of it. Second one, we've got steady 4. So we'll keep going and then we'll bring you back in a minute. Right, this is what I've done so far. I've done 5 mackerel. Right, onto the squid. Just took it out of the box. I took a couple of squid off already. We probably won't use the tentacles on these particular baits. But I don't mind using tentacles for just general baits. I don't like wasting them. Some people throw them away. I think they're brilliant for tipping off flapper rig baits and stuff. And they do catch fish. So what we'll do with these is we'll get the scissors. We'll just open them up basically if we can. Just a little bit frozen. Open up like that. Plus the frozen, we might leave some of them guts in, to be fair. Some people cut them, don't they? But want as much sense as we can. Then we'll get a piece of mackerel, offer it up. And we'll just cut in a similar size piece of squid to the size of the mackerel. And then we'll get the baiting tool made. And I'll put that up like that. I've got threaded down the middle of your bait. And then whip it up. Just same as always when you bait up. Just tie it off. And if there's any bits, I've got a bit of OCD for this. If you look, that squid's just overhanging there a bit. I like to just neaten it up. So we'll get it on, do a few of these, and we'll bag them up, put them in the freezer. Down to the last couple now. Got a bag full of them here. Done quite well really. Loads of juice in them. Obviously as we've progressed things have thawed out a little bit. Excuse me. You can see there's loads of juice. I'm going to try and tip that into the bag what's on this board. Look, I don't know how many we've got loads there. There'll be more than enough for a session. You want to have plenty though, because you never know. If you end up with a really good session, you want to make sure you've got plenty of bait. And this is going to make it so much easier than having to do this on the beach or wherever we're fishing. quickly. I'll put camera on, I lost my end weight elastic. Starts. It's there, I just can't grab it. Right, I've got it. So yeah, sometimes I use the needle, sometimes I don't. You still get plenty of tension on your elastic when you're whipping it up, whether you use the needle or not, to be fair. But obviously the final whip on with elastic will be when we put them on the dongles or on the pennel rigs or whatever I end up using them on. Just a quick lash up. Any bits that I don't like, any untidy bits. Untidy bits, they don't look good on the eye, but also, I suppose they could impair your cast a little bit as well, if it's not like a streamlined bait, if you like. So that's in there. Last one. I'm sure you've seen other people making these baits. This is just my take, and I think some people don't like you leaving the back buttons in though, but I do. So see how we get on with them. Next bit of this video, we'll go on making a chum. It's on with it. Mackerel, old mackerel, slicing them up and blending them up. Saves me a job, doesn't it, Nick?
It's quite entertaining.
Or is this my dinner for today?
Well, that's where you're going.
Chum's coming along nicely. Got a couple of coalfish here what we're out whistling sands. I didn't catch these. One of these is Jay's and one of these is Martin's, but I think they're pretty decent size then. They're about a good 16 inches long. Not bad for a beach coalfish. Gonna get them sliced up, get them in blender. So Nick's blended all that fish up. That's what we're left with. I need to put some sand into it and some fish oil now. Right, so I've got some fish oil here. I just picked it up from a carp fishing shop. It's pure, neat fish oil. Just going to put, it's 250ml in here, 150ml. I'll put that in. Probably could do with a bit more ideally, but I haven't been able to get hold of any. I only decided on making a chum yesterday. So put this in, put a few handfuls of sand in, then give it a mix. So it does come with like a squeezy bottle, but I think we're just going to tip it straight in. Make sure that's empty. It's quite concentrated, this stuff. That's it, absolutely stinks. So we'll give it a stir. See how smooth that is. It'll just disperse in the water, and with the sand in it, it'll just make it sink. We'll go downside and entice fish uptide to where our baits are. So they don't think of any substance to them. I've done it a couple of times. I've always had fish, taupe and huss especially. Well, I've had runs on taupe. I haven't always landed them. But yeah, huss. Generally, you do a chum on these deep water rock ledges in North Wales, and it's nailed on, you'll get huss. It just gets them in your swim. They love it. You can also just slice fish up and throw that, and I've had huss sick fish up that I've thrown in. You know, like bits of pollock and that, bits of mackerel. But we're not going to put this in the freezer. Just haven't got room. So it's going to be out here fermenting, outside fermenting. So we'll get some sand. Put that on there. We'll get some sand now. I've got some... You don't want it too liquidy, your mix. You want it almost like a cake mixture. But what this does, because we're fishing not from a boat, you want chum, the scent line, to be as close to the bottom as possible. And using sand, that's what it does. With bran, your chum will float around in the tidal a lot. You know, it'll just stay in the upper water columns. Whereas with sand, it'll sink it. Obviously, once it's been soaked in it, I'm not using this for like a week, 10 days. So once it's, I'll come out and stir it every so often. Once it's, yeah. So once this is all mixed up, when you come to use it, it'll sink down in the sea as close to the bottom as possible, well, as it can, should I say, which will be where our baits are. I'm not saying that it'll all sink to the bottom. I'm not saying some of it won't float around in the tide line. But I just think it's a better option than using bran. Plus, if I had a little sack of bran, I'd be wasting a lot of it. It's come in quite big sacks. I can reuse this sand I've got left. So I reckon I'll do it with this sand. Just to give you a show. Making a cake, this, honestly. I don't fancy eating it though. But you can feel it as you're stirring it, just absorbing into the sand. So you do want it to be still a bit pliable. You don't want it like the mixture of clay or out like that. Like cake mix is about right. We'll let it ferment for a couple of weeks. There's one thing for certain, if there's any kelp left on the North Wales coast where we're going, it's the latest I've had a run is the 21st of November. We'll have a chance. We ain't got the best tides this time around though, but that's why doing stuff like this, just maximise your chances. Ticking all the boxes of stuff that you're trying to do to make it happen. Now the only thing left really that we're relying on playing ball, we're doing all weekend. We just need the weather to play ball and then we'll be away. So I'll give it a good mix now. It's awkward filming as well as mixing. Obviously it'll have time to soak into the sand here as well. So. I remember I did this once before and it happened to be the last time I had a run this late in the year. I was talking to my mate and he was saying, oh, he hasn't had much success when he's used chum, and I'm just flicking some into water on the tide line. I'm not kidding you, within 2 seconds of him saying that, my rod went screaming off. Unfortunately, I lost the fish. Stuck my wire. I think my crimp had damaged the wire, you know, when I made the rig. Unfortunately, I tried a different type of crimps because it's all I could get hold of, what being so far inland. When I'd squeezed it onto the wire, it had damaged the wire. So, hey ho. Right, so that'll be done. That's done as far as we're concerned. That's us done. So I'm going to put the lid on this. I have to put this somewhere. Just put it right now. Right, we'll put the lid on. Keep it away from the dog. So he'll have a go at eating this. He loves fish. So we're just using an old, I think it's a grout bucket. Yeah, tile adhesive bucket. Perfect. Extra weight to carry down to Mark, and that is heavy. So I'm going to, I'll probably just leave it out here under this umbrella for 10 days. I think it'll be worth trying to freeze that. It might split the bucket, and it's not really good to have in your freezer, is it? So we'll just leave it, let it ferment, give it a stir every couple of days, and hopefully it'll be the difference between getting a run at this time of year and not, or at least getting a fish out at this time of year and not. So we'll see, but like I say, we're relying on the weather. Right, so we'll just recap what we've done. We've made some mackerel and squid wraps ready for our session in the Mersey. We've done a taupe chum ready for the last taupe session of the year. We're going to be eating these 2 planned sessions. It'll end up probably being more than 2 planned sessions. It'll be a couple of sessions. So we'll be eating them middle of the month-ish. We're doing the taupe session first. It'll be the last taupe session of the year. And then we're hitting the Mersey on the way back from North Wales for rays. That's why we made them mackerel and squid wraps. So we'll just see how we get on. Preparation for me is the key. The chum's a bit more of an extreme version of preparation for shore fishing. Not many people go to them at lengths, but it does work. We will catch fish with that chum in the water, 110%. Not saying they'll be taupe, but we'll definitely get more than one huss out in the session where we use that chum. Absolutely guaranteed. So that's what's coming up on the channel. Other than that, I'm about done here for this video. I just thought I'd put a video out there to see if the quality was any better. I've got a new device for filming on, and I've changed the intro to the channel. If anyone could leave any feedback on that, that'd be fantastic. We may change the intro to the channel again as we make more memories with the new recording device. I've lost a bit of footage here and there. It don't work very well when you like mirror your phone. You only get old videos on and mirror the phone, mirror the footage and save it. It just doesn't work very well, so I haven't been able to put anything sort of from past sessions together for the intro, if you like. That's why I've got this intro. Yeah, just leave any feedback on that anyway, guys. So other than that, keep safe, tight lines. I will be back very soon, very, very soon. So can't wait. Keep safe, tight lines. Have a good one. I'll see you later. Pollock straight away. Oh, got a taupe on. Just wait. North Wales taupe. Just as the boats are going past. Must be 30, bigger than the last one. I'm going to measure him, I'm not going to weigh him. We'll get him a measure, and then we'll get some picture of him swimming off. Alright. See, so. 3, 2, right, nice one. 8.5 pounds. Flickering between 8 to 8 to 8, 12. She's not quite down, but she's a lovely fish. Guys, are you on? Yeah. Right then, guys. What about that for a conger? Get in, eh? We'll give him away. I don't think it's a sea. See what you need to fish at him for him.
Careful. Wait for this.
I know. Someone's trying to get him free. Oh, it's got one on.
Don't forget to subscribe to Fishing Squad UK.